Okay, Chris. Excellent, excellent class today, man. As always, we're moving right up with all of this stuff. All right, so let's start with Autumn Leaves first. I'm going to play just a few parts. You already know this one, right? All right. All right. Just playing around there, but what we're gonna do, for the most part, we're just going to work on what we just worked on. I may just add one more part to it because I could tell you're going to pick that up really quick. Um, so we're going to take it from this one where we go. So that would be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your sixth measure. Your sixth measure. Right there where it says F sharp. That's your sixth measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then we're gonna go into verse 2, which is right there, verse 2. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. All right. So crazy. All right. I've been playing this song a lot. So C, D, E, A, sixth measure right there. Now we're going into the second verse. That's going to be an F sharp, which is your fourth fret, fourth string. All right. I'm sorry. I'm hitting the lower string, but you're going to be on your fourth fret of your fourth string. So, and then you're going to go to the A. So that was an F sharp. Your A is going to be on the second fret of the third string, right? And then you're going to go to your fifth fret of your fourth string. That's a G. And then you're going to stay on the fourth string and go right to the second fret. Okay? So I went this way. I went from your fifth measure to your sixth. It's... And now I'm going to the second verse. I'm holding that A, and it's going to take me to the second verse, and I'm going to go F sharp, A, G, E. Now on the guitar, that's going to come out to 4, 2, 5, 2. Okay, I'm going to do it again. From the second verse, 4, 2, 5, 2. And one more time here. One more time here. So now you notice I'm holding the note down, and you'll see a tie. You probably remember this. This stuff is probably coming back to you from the music years, but that's going to tie into the next measure. So that's just going to tie right into the next measure. All right. The reason I'm saying that is because the next measure consists of, all right? But since we tied it from, and then we're just going to go, all right, so that, the reason I'm pointing this out is it can trip us up a bit. You're just holding that note down, but if you didn't hold the note down, you could hit that note again, and you'll get the same kind of effect. It's just the way it's written. They want you to hold the note down into the next measure. And then you rest, and then you go right into the next couple of notes there. All right, so I'm going to stop where we stopped in the class, and I might just add an extra measure to it. All right, so we went from that second verse, and then you're going to go your first fret of your fourth string, slide to the second fret, and then you're going to hit your fourth fret, go up a string to your second fret, and go back to your fourth fret of your fourth string. You could even hold it down like that. You could keep your finger there just for, because this is your this is a B, and that's an F there. You can make a little kind of harmony there if you wanted to. Anyway, let's do it again, because the reason I'm pointing that out, that's a certain type of a harmony, but we'll get into that some other time. All right, so we went holding it down, rest, and then da, 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 right, and then you went. Now this is all on the fourth string. All of those, that cluster of notes, just 4 notes, and then your fifth note would be at the whole note measure. You're just gonna go 4, 2, 4, 5, and then 5 is when you just hold it down for a 4 count, and it ties into the next measure. And then you go to your second fret. Sorry, your second fret of your third string, and then all right. You don't have to do that. Let's keep it where we hit the there, right? All right, yeah, we'll stop it there. All right, so we're going to be on G, which we're going to play the G on the 4th string because we did a lot of things on that 4th string. So we can stay right there, right? So we're going to hit, because what's coming after the G is the F sharp, right? And then you go back to the G again. So, and then all you do is you go down to the second fret of the 3rd string, and you hold that down, right? You know what? I think I'm going to add this one in there for you too, because you're picking this up pretty well. You're going to do a D here, and then just like we did the octave coupling, you kind of have that with these cluster of notes. You have a D, and then you have a higher octave D, and then you have a C here, and then you have a B. And that's where we're going to end it. All right. So D on your 5th fret of your 5th string, and then D on your 3rd fret of your 2nd string, and then C on the 5th fret of your 3rd string, and then B on the 4th fret of your 3rd string. And you hold that down for 4 beats, and it goes into the next, it ties into another measure. But that's a good portion of that song. The rest is going to be pretty easy for you, I think. Okay, so I'm going to play it without further ado from the 2nd verse. All right, so we went. let's go to the fifth measure, and that will blend us in naturally into the second verse. So we had C, D, yeah, C, D, yeah, okay. That's it. And that is all she wrote. Okay, and I figured I'd start that first because I'm like looking at this paper, and I kind of made a few little mistakes there, but you got the idea basically of what we're looking to do with this song as far as the notes go. All right, so let's go into the easier stuff. We covered those modes. The only thing I'm going to go over, because you have the modes in the G major scale, we're going to do the modes or the additional shapes for its relative minor, or the pentatonic, that E pentatonic. All right, so what we did is we had the pentatonic here, which was a 12th fret. We have that, of course, but we went over here. We had the open scale for the E pentatonic. We have this one. We have 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5, right? 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5, right? We have that one. We have this one, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 4, 7, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 4, 7, 5, 8, 5, 7. All right, so another one that we did right before we did the basic pentatonic form that we're used to doing, we did 10, 12, 10, 12, and then we did 9, 12, 9, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. Again, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 12, 9, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12. Okay, and yeah, we let's keep it there. Okay, so we had a lot of things that we were playing with on the fretboard. Okay, now we have tension notes in there as well. I'll show you a few. The tension notes would be found, it's going to be your A sharp. Okay, your A sharp. So you can go, so you have a G, A sharp. Right? You have your A sharp right here as well. So you can do something there, or all right, so what I did there, that's for a future time, but that note fits in the scale because it's part of your G major scale. But it's not something that is like a strong note in a blues scale, but it goes into the blues scale. It's a different kind of a note, but I'm going to go over that in the future. But you have your A sharp here, that's your tension note. There's a lot of things you can do. All right, and all right. Yeah, your A sharp there. Right. All right. Okay, so you have a couple of things that you could do. Let me just show you something really quick too. You had your A sharp there, right? You have your A. Here's another spot where you can couple up on your octaves. And this could work for anything. I'm just showing you an A here, and you have an A here. Right? This time, you're working off your third string, and you're finding the same note on your first string. And the way to do that is if you're on your third string and you have an A, you count 2 whole steps, and on the third fret, or so you count 3 frets. You count three frets, right? On your third fret, you go all the way down to your first string. You have the same note. So you're going to be droning your note there. You can do like a lot of different things. I'm just hitting random notes, but the idea is that's the same note. There should be 2 frets in between those notes, right? Okay. All right, so that goes into the G major. That's what we're going to work on for now, as far as doing like your solos for the pentatonics, because I want you to do it for this song. All right, so this song is in the G, and I don't know if I showed you how to read the key signatures in these songs. Like I said, this stuff is probably coming back to you, but you want to look for your key signature right here. If you see a sharp, where it's like the trebles signature, if you see a sharp, anywhere you see a sharp, if you go a half step above it, that's the key that you're playing in. So you have a sharp on your F, so it's saying F sharp there. So that means that the song is in the key of G. The reason being is there's 1 sharp in the key of G, and that's the F sharp. So it's letting you know in this song, there's only 1 sharp, and that's your F sharp. All right, so that means you're in the key of G. All right, we're going to go through that too. You'll notice that there's also right here, you have a C sharp. You've got a C sharp there, and you also have, I believe, a D sharp there. You have a couple of sharps in this song. There's a number of them where it doesn't seem like there would be a sharp in there. Those are also tension notes, because there's an A sharp in there as well, and that's a tension note. Okay, that too is a tension note. And I just showed you the tension note can be found when you're doing that E pentatonic. That's where it is, and that's why it's on that sheet. It's on the standard sheet for Autumn Leaves. It's pretty interesting stuff. So you can that's just indicating there's some pentatonics in there that you can use when you're improvising, and there's solo time in that song as well, because it's jazz. All right, so these are little tidbits of information I hope you find useful, but it's pretty cool. Just play around with it and play around with those shapes, and really get to know where those notes are in your guitar, because we did the coupling there, like, you know, when you have your 4th string, you're using your 4th string as a guide, or your 1st string as a guide, but having 1 space in between. Now we're working with the 3rd string as the guide, okay, and coupling up on the octaves. So play around with that when you're doing your pentatonics, because it's going to sound really good. They use it a lot in blues and jazz, and it just gives a feeling of if you have like whatever in between these 2 notes, that's kind of where these notes take you in a space in between this and this. And if you really listen to it when you're playing, you can feel that it's kind of amplifying the vibration of the first note. If you were only to play 1 note, it would sound a certain way, but when you have a higher octave of that note, it's like the higher octave and the lower octave is like right underneath your feet, and you're like in between listening to that. But to make it simple, it's like it's here and it's here, and that's where you are listening to it. It just kind of really puts you more into the zone of those 2 notes, because they're 1 note. Okay. Anyway, don't want to get too deep with that, but play around with it. Because you'll get some ideas for your soloing, and if you make songs yourself. All right, man. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. All right. Bye-bye. bless.